Welcome to a first look of the DJI Mic Mini. It's going to be an audio upgrade for the channel, at least that's the idea. And before we start, a couple of things I wanted to get out of the way. Number one, the audio you're hearing in this video is primarily off my iPhone 16, which is the way I've been filming these videos for quite some time. And I decided not to put music in this video so that the audio takes center stage, especially for a kind of a realistic depiction of the mic. I wanted to make sure that things were fair and even. So that's why there is no music. There's a couple time jumps, a couple funky changes in lighting. I'm doing my best. Let's hop over to past me and take a look at this thing. I've been meaning to upgrade the mic setup on this channel for a little while, and one of the struggles I seem to have with audio equipment is wanting to find something that may or may not be completely accessible at a reasonable price point that is easy to use. I'm not sure if this is going to do the trick, but we are going to find out. We're looking at here on my wooden desktop is the box of the DJI Mic Mini. And I'm not sure, as I said, if this is going to be an all-in-one solution, but one of the things that I don't see often discussed when it comes to audio equipment is accessibility, and I'm not sure that this is going to be a complete accessibility guide or tutorial or anything like that. I have some concerns going in that I want to lay out before we get into the unboxing. So this microphone is designed to connect to a receiver, and that receiver can connect to my phone, and hopefully that means I can wear a mic and have better audio across these videos. And my criteria were basically that I can use it with my phone with the receiver, because that's the equipment I'm working with and intend to use pretty much entirely going forward, and also that it be in some way accessible with VoiceOver. And I'm not sure if the app is going to be accessible or not. But this mic has, it's actually got two mics. So if I ever get to the point where I can interview other people, they can be mic'd up as well. Couple concerns I have. Number one is the app. I believe it's called DJI Mimo or Nemo. I don't know how to spell it, but we'll find out when I download it. So is that app itself going to be accessible for a screen reader is concern number one. Concern number two is that the everything seems to be operated on light indicators, and other mics in the DJI line appear to operate with some haptic feedback implemented, but I do not believe that this is one of them. The reason I ended up going with this mic over, there's other mics in this kind of series. There's the DJI mic. I keep saying G. I think it's J. DJI. Everyone who says it fast, and I also have a Minnesota accent, so DJI sounds like DJI. Whatever. Anyway, there's other mics, including the Mic 2 and the Mic 3. They are significantly more expensive than this one, which I believe ran about $78, $79. So we'll round up and call it $80. Without further ado, I'm going to make a cut because I actually have to leave in just a few minutes. But we will cut to a more sophisticated tripod angle and an associated unboxing and some discussion on the DJI and some discussion on the DJI Mic Mini. It's been about 24 hours since the last clip. The only thing I've done off camera is go ahead and grab a little pocket knife and scored this little plastic wrap because it was pretty tightly on there. So let's go ahead and get her open. I'm hoping this really might help the channel in terms of audio quality. I have another phone stand coming as well. That might help. Right now I'm using a tripod, but I'm holding it kind of in front of me here, and it's going to move around a little bit, which is better than the alternative of me trying to put it on the desk, and then you get tripod leg in the shot, which is not ideal. I'm doing my best. It's a blind guy channel. I gotta cut me some slack. All right, so we have a box, which is great because that's what I paid for. All right. Thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see how we can get this dude open. there's any kind of hang-up points. Sometimes they like to throw some extra stickers or tape or whatnot. It doesn't look like that's the case here. We can go right under here with... There we go. Okay. All right, and out we go. Okay. And some fancy papers I can't read anyhow. And that's an empty box. Cool. And for those of you who are inclined to look at paper, I will show you some paper in there for just a moment. Looks like there are maybe some stickers or something like that. I will take a look at all of this later. I just don't even want to unbox or unpack all that and lose paper. So now for the important stuff. This feels like a tiny little pillow. Looks like we got some adhesive on the side of the plastic here. Get that opened up. See what we have. All right. Still feels like a pillow with a tag on it. So throw the bag here. Another tag. I'll leave that one on for now on the off chance I have to give it back for some reason. But the case here, the pouch here, is a very soft material. It seems to have a zipper pocket on the outside and not much else. It's a dark gray color. Pretty simple. Nothing wrong with that. So let's open her up. Okay. Now within here, we have some things that are going to have to get unpacked. So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to guess what anything is yet. We're just going to pull everything out and see what we're working with, and we'll go from there. Oh, and I think this is just one of those little packets that have little, whatever you call them, things to keep everything all dry. So the inside of this little thing, it feels almost like it's like thermal insulated. I don't know if it is. It just kind of has that impression. So you got a liner. There's an inner zippy pocket, which is cool, and that seems to take up most of one side. And then there are two smaller pockets that I would guess maybe are for the mics themselves. And that's about all she wrote, but this is a nice little pouch. So for now, I'm going to put that towards the back, mostly out of frame, so we can take a look at probably the smaller stuff first, I would guess. So first up, we have what I would guess to be a cord. And kind of the same, I like these little bags because you can actually feel for, tactily, a little tab here. So in terms of accessibility as a blind person, sometimes there's like ways to open it, but they're printed in labels. But I like when I can feel, and for myself, find the spot to open up a bag. So that's pretty cool, I would say. Little cord here. So we have what looks to be, like 3.5 inch headphone jack to 3.5 inch headphone jack cord here. And then, get rid of the little pieces here. The other cord here seems to be our USB-C, I think, to a USB-A. So I would guess that's maybe for using this with a computer or a laptop. So we have our cords accounted for. And I think for now, again, so that everything stays together, I'm going to stick the cords in the pocket here of the carrying case. And we'll take a look at it all. I may have to plug things in and charge the mics themselves, but the reason I want to do this as a full unboxing is a lot of people kind of cut things out, and I think going through the process is half the fun of getting something new, right? Discovering things and learning about how a new product works and fits into your system, especially as a disabled person, is important for me, and I like to do it. It's fun. All right, next up, I'm not an audiophile, but I'm guessing that these are going to be our windscreens, or as some people call them, rather morbidly, dead cats. These are definitely more on the dead cat end. I'd call these dead mice. I feel a lot more like dead mice. Oh, and you get more than 2? Huh. I thought it only came with 2. It comes with 4. These are profoundly disturbing to touch. They really do feel like dead rodents. Oh, I see. There's 2, I believe, that are gray and 2 that are black. Okay, so you can pick your color. What's your vote, gray or black? All right, where to put these? I don't know yet, because I don't want to hide them inside of the case, and I don't want to lose them. We're going to very carefully slide them to the back. Oh, they kind of give me a weird feeling to touch. Okay, here comes the big money. So this is a large rectangular case, and I would guess that this is going to eventually contain just about everything in the setup. Still have the tab to open this up. Is it still adhesive? Oof, it is, but it's much stronger than the little guys were. What if I start at the corner? Sometimes that makes it easier. There we go. And doing this tactily is kind of cool. There we go. So it looks like the color wave of DJI is kind of a gray. I must admit that I tend to be more of a, like things kind of blacked out for tech if given the choice, but that's okay. Can't always, well, that did not do what I thought it was going to do. Okay, so here's another blind, aside on getting a new product. Oh wait, this pushes, it's a button. I don't like, okay, I get it now. Okay, so when you get any new device, one of the things that's really tough is like finding out how everything should be oriented for it to feel like it's supposed to. And I'm actually feeling right now that I believe this is a USB-C port, so that's how you would charge the case, that then has a battery in it to charge the microphones. And then, per me pushing on things and hoping nothing broke, we open up the case. Now, I'm going to feel the top first. There's nothing going on up top. And inside we have all of our things. Okay. How to explore carefully. I'm going to take off the sticker. Here's that sticker in case it says anything important. By the time you tell me in the comments, the sticker shall be gone, but it was worth a try. Okay. Now, I am going to go out on some limbs and climb some trees and guess that this guy is going to be your receiver. You have clicky dude dial on the side, which feels a little plasticky for my liking. I would prefer that to be metal for sure. We have a button on the left. And a button on the right. Okay, and a button. Nope, that's a port down here to plug something in. And it does have a clip. It's a little plasticky for my taste, but seeing as this will mostly be like connected to my phone and off to the side, I could potentially live with that. We will see. So I'm going to stick that here for now and continue exploring what comes in the case. So there are some little adapty bits in here. Oh, I don't like that I am like guessing because I don't want to pull on anything that's not supposed to be pulled upon. Oh, ooh, that is really satisfying. So I'm guessing that this would be one of our mics. And so there's a clip on the back. There is 2 buttons. There's a big button that's outdented. It's the opposite of indented, outdented. And then there's a smaller guy below. I would assume maybe the big one is power. Are you turned on already? You are. Why? What if I don't know if I like that. I'm not doing anything yet. And then, oh, cool. So he will only fit back in the case the way he's supposed to go. And both the mics are here. And then in the back, we have I don't know what, there's like a tab feeling doodad, but I don't know if that is or does anything specifically. Maybe it just holds the case closed, I'm not sure. And there's something here with a Type-C port. Why? I'm very confused as to why that particular thing that I'm feeling is like, it's like it's stuck in here. Oh, here it comes out, okay. So this would be a, oh, interesting. Okay, is this the adapter for the receiver here? To be able to go then and do what? Be wireless? I'm not entirely sure. One thing that I will say, again, from an accessibility standpoint that I really like is when you purposely design something to only fit in a case in the direction that you intend, it makes it so much easier for me to navigate it. What I think I'm going to do, because I don't want to, you know, bore you with accessibility as something that I'm unfamiliar with, is I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to do some investigating, see what I can figure out on my own, and with any luck, maybe even get it hooked up so I can talk on the mic for the end of the review. No promises. But for the moment, let's see if we can put this all, ooh, I like the little click when it hops all back in where it's supposed to go. So, there it is, there it was, and we'll see you in a moment. Well, it's been like 2 hours, and I'm not joking. All right, I gotta show you something. I gotta complain for a minute. As a blind person, when you get new technology, it's so hard to just understand how it works, like, in the first place. I had to watch like 4 YouTube videos to understand that on the receiver here, there's this tiny, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get it like in the camera very well, but there's this little plate, and this plate needs to come off by sliding backwards this way, okay? Once that plate is off, I can then attach this receiver. It's like an adapter. It's got a Type-C and a kind of a gold plate on the bottom. And it's supposed to nicely slide in to the bottom of the unit. It is not nice. It's not, it feels like I'm forcing it. It does work. So you can kind of hear the little click there. And then I plug this into my phone. Of course, I can't show you that because I'm filming on my phone. Plug this into the phone and I get the mic audio. And I can tell that it works because I can turn it on. And it's blinking green on the top here. And then I think there's a green light somewhere else, but the other spot that there's green is on the mic here. And the mics come with these cool little clips. They're pretty strong, at least from what I can tell. And I did do a test. I did get mic audio, so I'll try to give you a sound test here at the end. And when you design products that have specific things like this, making directions as clear as possible. What I would have done with a product like this, to have the adapter, is number one, make this feel like I'm not breaking it, because I really don't like the way that this feels. Like if I gotta like, I mean, I literally have to use like force to get this piece to slide out. I literally, I cannot do it right now. And that does not feel premium. That feels like I'm gonna break something, and I don't like it. It just makes me uncomfortable. Yes, it is the way that the product is designed, but I literally cannot get this adapter off right now. Which does mean that I wouldn't be able to charge this without plugging it into another USB-C cord over here and plugging that into my computer, which I may end up doing anyway. It just, that's not how that's supposed to work. So, get you a look at everything again. So the mics, again, I like the design of the charging case, where if I try to put this mic in upside down, it doesn't really fit. So I have to have it. I can't put it in sideways either. It has to be the right way, and it kind of magnet clicks into where it's supposed to go. As far as this little piece, again, not a fan of this design. I literally am using my fingertips and doing this like millimeter by millimeter. It just feels like there's a piece of plastic in here, or that the thing wasn't designed right. I don't know what the issue is. I may have to contact DJI on that. I'm not really sure. And then this little piece, it's a little easier to put back in once I kind of know where everything goes, but there are elements to this that are good, but the app was not fantastically accessible for me with a screen reader, which I was not a fan of. Everything does fit nicely into the case, and I do like that. Apparently you can put the dead mice on the mics, so I may, let's give that a shot too before we wrap it up here. So I think I will do this guy here in gray and see if I can figure out how this works. They have these little things over the top that almost feel like it should slide on or something. I can feel a bump or a little spot, and it looks like it should kind of maybe clip into the top of the clip here. Let's see. Again, I am absolutely not a fan. The way these things feel is just ugh. Dead animal is very apt. Because it's not just like a fuzzy furry, it's like, it feels like it has had life in it at some point. All right, sorry, that's gross. What am I doing? The top of the mic is here. And I can feel there's 2 bumps, and then there's obviously 2 larger clips on this side. So where on the mic are there spots for that? I have not the foggiest of clues. And you may be able to see this with the eye, but I think we're just going to have to play with it a little bit here. Can we come either forward or backward and kind of just get her in here like this? No. This perplexes me. I'm not going to lie. Unless you go on like this. I know someone said, oh, that felt productive. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. It was just a little funky trying to get it. Okay. See, I'm sliding it over the top like a hat. Seems to work okay. And still we can fit him in there like this, and we can close it up. Okay. Well, that's a good. I like that. I think we'll do a gray, and we'll also do a black, so that if I have the desire to, now that I know how to do this, can we do it faster with the black one? Oh, almost. Oh. It wants to. It's thinking about it. I like the little clicks. That's very, very good. And this one's not paired. How do I pair it? Problem for another day. All right, we'll get you a mic test and wrap it up here. I'll put the gray one on so you can see it more obviously, I suppose. And we'll wrap up this look here at the DJI Mic Mini. All right, well now we could, in theory, get a wider shot of me doing whatever I'm doing. I'm not usually someone who has filmed while farther away or walking around or kind of frames things in any other way than just sit in front of a camera, because I've always had the phone to deal with, having to be in proximity. But right now, potentially, I could even turn all the way around like this and maybe even be showing something off or whatever and have audio. So this is a mic test for the DJI Mic Mini, and I can turn around and be back in frame, but I could kind of do things a little more interestingly now in terms of framing, shots that are more visual. Now, overall thoughts as I wrap up here. The app is not fantastically accessible with a screen reader. I think because I mostly kind of got it going, set it up, connected the mic, and it appears that it's working right out of the box just by me connecting it, now recording with the camera app on my iPhone. So I don't think I'm actually going to need to use the app very much. And if I do, and if I have questions or something like that, I can bring my wife in to help, get a visual on things. Once I understand more on how the system works, I could also interview somebody because I have two mics, so that would be cool. I've had some ideas of doing some podcasting or even just one-off collaborations or things like that. So certainly possible, and a lot of things are possible, such as me standing up, walking directly out of frame, and ending this video while you still have audio of me. Thanks for checking out this mic test and first look at the DJI Mic Mini. Almost 400 of you are subscribed, and if you want to see more things like this or are interested in how I use these products as a blind person, let me know. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you soon. Peace.